We are live. Kerry here with my good friend, my brother from another mother, Bill from Alaska.
Hey, everybody.
This is awesome. I miss you, Bill. I miss Alaska.
Oh,
I got my hat on.
Nice. I miss you guys, too. You know, it seems like you were here 5 minutes ago, but at the same time, like a month ago. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I
It
miss
was hard leaving for sure. It was good to get back to Jen and the girls and everything, and my dogs.
Yeah,
Jen
texts me. She goes, I miss my family, but I know they're in good hands with you.
Right. Hey, she is coming up next time for sure. And
that's going to be
the
good.
other girls want to as well. So
nice.
Oh, all right. You still there, Bill? Okay.
I'm still here. Is there a little delay?
Yep. Yeah, your internet's a little slow, but I think you're good now.
Let me shut my TV off.
Right. Wow, we got a lot of people on here. Okay. Yeah, that might help. Hey, so if anyone has any questions for Bill or myself, particularly Bill, leave them in the sidebar there, and I'll read them off. And what do we talk about, Bill? This was so crazy. I figured maybe we'll do a little recap of my Alaskan adventure and what we did together there. How does that sound?
That sounds good. And
first,
like I was telling Kerry, if you have any questions, he's going to have to read them to me because my iPad, for some reason, I can't see them.
Yep, I got you. No worries. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just leave a big Q next to them in the side there. That would be great. So I'm in the basement of the theater right now. Bill, it was weird coming back to the theater. I was a little rusty. I messed a whole bunch of stuff up upstairs.
Only 2 days?
I know. It's just a couple days.
That's what Alaska does to you, man. It's like another world, huh?
That's a great way to put it. I've told so many people that same thing when I got back here. I'm like, it's like you're on another planet. If anyone out there's watching this and you've dreamed of going to Alaska and you're tossing it up between going to Alaska or like Jamaica or something, pick Alaska. My goodness. It's you can't do it. I said it so many times in the video before. You can't do it justice. No. Even with our nice Netflix camera, Emma and I tried to do it justice, and you can't. You got to see with your own 2 eyes.
I've lived here my whole life, and it's still brand new every day.
Yeah.
At least when I used to be able to get out, but still, it never gets old. It's that kind of beauty never gets old.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's what makes your story so much more amazing is you got those windows all around you. I just can't wait for you to get out there and walk out that door and see it again. I bet you for you, too, it's going to be like, I knew it was awesome, but I didn't remember it being this amazing. Having been 4 years.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. It's going to be like I'm looking at it for the first time. I tear up when I think about it. So, yeah. Now, a few more months, spring's going to roll around before we know it.
Yeah, it's going to come so quick. I'm so excited for you. So maybe a quick recap. I always struggle with this, Bill, because what we got. Well, I don't want to tell you how many people are on here because I don't want to stress you out. But there's always new.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Well, that 10-hour live stream we did, I wasn't as nervous because there were so many other people on there.
Right.
But now I'm just like a kind of a deer in the headlights, so that's okay. I'll warm up.
Yes. And you don't have any reason to be nervous. I mean this sincerely. Sincerely, you are a natural storyteller. Your videos say that alone. Every video you've done so far, everyone's agreed. And filming the documentary with you, I didn't know what to expect. I'm not a documentary filmmaker. I've done tons of YouTube videos, but it could not have gone any better. And that was large part due to you, Bill. I was just like,
that was pretty intense. I was incredible. I'll never forget. That was a pretty intense, incredible time. We laughed, we cried, we wondered why.
Yeah, and then we laughed and cried some more. That was the cool part about it.
Seriously.
That's the reason I think people love your channel and love you, Bill. You're 100% honest, whether it's funny honest or crying honest. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's missing a lot from the world. People are looking out for it. They're seeking out for it because you watch the news or TV or whatever, and everyone has an agenda or a bias or something, but not when you're talking to Bill.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to shout out Bill's channel here real quick. So I did a video earlier today, Bill, and I gave you a little shout out. So hopefully everyone can see it there. Bill, look at that, Bill, 11,000 subscribers plus.
Oh, is that not the craziest thing?
It's amazing. I'm so happy for you. The GoFundMe was out of this world, but the GoFundMe ends. The GoFundMe is not infinite. This YouTube channel can go on forever, and you can support yourself with this YouTube channel. That's just amazing.
I'm just learning that too. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. And your comments you're getting, what was this last video? Your comments you're getting are great. So one of the things with Bill, I'll encourage everyone here, if you're new, you don't know Bill, go check out his channel and subscribe. It's a wonderful channel. He's an excellent storyteller. I think most of you on here are probably already subscribed and would prefer watching his videos over mine, which I'm happy with.
No. I don't have to hold, my friend.
Hey, you got the storytelling down. I got some of the little fancy bells and whistles with the editing, but either way, watch both of our channels. But if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe to Bill, and please do this. Hit that little thumbs up button. Sometimes people forget to do that. We're trying to get Bill on the Amazon Influencer Program, which is another way to support yourself. I've been on the Amazon Influencer Program for years now, and so has Jen. And you have to have this certain threshold of likes and subscribers and activity on YouTube. And Bill, I think you're really close, but my goodness.
I'm just finding out. You know what's funny is I've been watching YouTube videos for years, and people are always saying, "Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up, or give me a like."
Yep.
I used to be like, "Come on, man! Everybody says that," but now I get it because I didn't understand before. There's so many programs and stuff that are available, but it's all depending on the activity they call it. Yeah. Of how many people leave comments, how many people like your videos, and then it kind of opens the door to all these new programs that Amazon and YouTube has. It's pretty incredible. I'm just kind of dipping my feet into it. I'm like, wow, it's something else.
Yeah, it sure is. And that Amazon Influencer Program, a lot of people aren't familiar with it. I wasn't until a while ago, but that's just so people know they're watching it. That's my primary business that Jen and I do. Besides YouTube, and we got the movie theater and the dog kennel, we do lots of little side projects, but Amazon Influencer is the main one. And what it is Bill will be able to, like, let's say when you walk out of the house, Bill, I know, because I just interviewed you, you want to do a bunch of things, like maybe mountain biking or fishing or hiking or camping, all those things you used to do. Wildlife photography is a great one. So all of those products on Amazon that Bill will need to do those things, he can get those off of Amazon, and then he could do a video, and he could do that right now from his home, right where he sits. He could say, "Hey, look at this cool knife. You gave me an awesome knife too. I almost got the flick down, the Spyderco knife. You could do
I want to see a video later."
I posted a little bit, but I messed it up. I just barely got it. It's tricky. Bill gifted me one of his beloved knives, and it really meant a lot to me. And there's a little trick to flicking it open. So that's a little insider story. We'll talk about that. But Bill, say with that knife, you could get one of those off of Amazon, do a review video, and you do a good one because you know knives and you know hunting, you know Alaska. And then if anybody buys that knife after watching Bill's video, which will appear on Amazon, Bill will get a little commission. And the beauty of that is, Bill, you do that video one time, and a year from now, someone might watch that video and buy that knife, and you get a little commission and a little commission. That really adds up over time. So it's a way that Bill,
crazy.
You can support yourself sort of long term, and it's really fun. Once you build up a bank of videos, you can stop doing it for a while, but that income still comes in. And then what happens? The second part, Bill, this is really cool. Once you start doing some of those knife videos, other knife companies are going to notice, and hunting companies and people selling photography stuff.
We were talking. Yeah.
And they're going to email you, and they're going to say, "Bill, I saw your video. Here's my product for free. I will ship it to you for free if you do a video on it, give it an honest review." And man, that's going to be really cool when that happens for you. So yeah,
I watched those videos of, such and such company sent me this to try out. And I was like, man, that'd be so cool to have people send you stuff and test it out. For me to be able to do that, it's like, wow, that would be amazing.
Sure will.
Phenomenal.
Yes. So that's going to happen. Bill's really close. The tricky part with Amazon influencers is they're so secretive. They don't say like, "Oh, you need 20,000 subscribers or you need X." They just say you have to hit this certain threshold. So the only thing Bill can do is just keep going back there and trying to reapply. And then one day all of a sudden be like, boom, you hit whatever the threshold was that they won't tell you what it is. But right. I think you're close, Bill. I think you're really close because my wife Jen was able to get approved, and she had She didn't even have as many subscribers as you, but that's not the only thing it goes off of. So I have a feeling you're close, but you guys can all help Bill out right now. Check out his channel. I'll leave I showed it before. It's just Bill Knott, Nott, Nott on YouTube. Subscribe, like, watch some of the videos if you haven't. So, yeah, speaking of that 10-hour live stream you mentioned earlier, Bill, September 16th, 10 hours wasn't enough for a carnivore. I still had energy left to go. So we are doing a 24-hour live stream. Yeah. September 16th. September 16th. It's going to be the largest gathering of carnivores online anywhere. That's the goal. We're going to try to have 1,000 carnivores, carnivore doctors, your favorite carnivore influencers. It's going to be much more organized than the 10-hour one, which I was kind of crazy, and I just threw that together at the last minute, and I just shot up. Well, I'm so happy how well that worked out. So you guys didn't see what was going on in the back end. People were backed up, and Dr. Chafee tried to get on and couldn't because it was so backed up. So that's not going to happen on this one. Adam and Alia are both behind the scenes, and they're setting all of this up. Huge shout out to them. And this is going to be fun. So I'm hoping Bill can stop in for a while. I'm going to be here.
There.
Yes. Anytime you want. It's on for 24 hours. You can come in for a little bit in the morning, a little bit later. But it's going to be more organized. So when we have like Dr. Chafee on, it's going to be for a set time and a set topic, and we'll have that schedule ahead of time. And if you're a carnivore and you're interested in sharing your story, what we want to do is, one of the most powerful things last time was a bunch of people came on and they just gave their little short carnivore story. This is why I started. This is where I'm at. And this is what's happening. And those were really inspiring. But some of them went on too long, and we want to get lots of them. And I want to get it into the documentary. I want to have a part of the documentary just showing the massive scale of people doing carnivore. So we're going to give people probably 30 seconds. This isn't set in stone yet. And they're going to be able to give their story, and then we'll give them a quick shout out, and then we'll do the next one. But it's not going to just be that nonstop. It's going to be that mixed in with other conversations about carnivore and talks from carnivore doctors like Dr. Chafee and hopefully some of the other doctors as well. So September 16th. Exciting.
That'd be great. So looking forward to that.
So Bill, Alaska, should we tell them what happened, what went on?
Kick it off.
I'll kick it off. So let's see. Well, here, let me just give the quick backstory. There's 516 people on here. And a bunch of them have, sorry, Bill, I got to keep saying the number. That's 560 people that can go subscribe to Bill's channel and like if you haven't already. I got to give the backstory quick because a lot of people may not even know who Bill is yet. You should know who Bill is. They might not know who I am. They just stumbled on this. So what was it, Bill? 3 weeks ago? I'm so bad with dates. It wasn't much longer than 3 weeks ago.
3.5, not very long. Under
Bill
a month.
and I, we didn't know each other less than a month ago. We didn't know each other. And Bill wanted to start Carnivore Diet, and you watched some carnivore videos, and you came across one of mine, and I don't know, something resonated with it, or for one reason or another, you decided to leave a little comment. But, well, what happened when you left the comment? It wasn't a little comment.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of carnivore videos. I didn't stumble across yours until several dozen, later. But there was something about yours, so I watched the entire thing, and I was like, wow, I got to leave a comment. None of the other videos I watched previously inspired me to leave a comment. Yours inspired me to leave a comment, and I originally was only going to post just a couple sentences, and something opened up, and I just started spilling and left that big, long, however long it was, a 5-minute long read, and what was it, like a next day or something? I saw that you responded to my text, and you reached out and said, please call me. I want to get in touch with you. You can call me anytime. But me being me, I didn't. I just like, man, but I kept thinking, I should get a hold of this guy. He seemed so nice in his response. But what about a week went by, and I was flicking through the channels, watching for YouTube videos again, looking for carnivore, and there's that video you posted of that real big guy, my size, and it said Bill and Wasilla. It's so funny. I initially thought that big guy that you posted on there was Bill in Wasilla, like an hour from me. I'm like, no way. There's another big guy named Bill, like an hour from me, who is looking to start carnivore. I'm like, there's no way that's such a coincidence. So I clicked on it, and lo and behold, it was you talking about me. And I was just floored. I was so floored. I was texting my brothers, calling my brothers, like, you will not believe. I was sending and yeah, I was just blown away by your response. And you hadn't even talked to me yet. We haven't even made contact yet.
Right. So the thumbnail Bill's the video Bill's mentioning, I just put a random picture of a heavy guy. I Googled 700-pound guy because in Bill's comment, I get so many comments. So the fact that I ended up reading I try to read them all, but lately, honestly, I haven't been able to keep up with all of them. Sometimes I'll breeze quickly and then read the heart. But you said I'm 700 pounds and I've been trapped in my house for 4 years. And you said that, and you said many other things. And it really broke my heart and touched me and connected with me. So yeah, I left a comment back. Bill didn't answer. Then I'm like, I'm going to do a whole video for Bill and maybe he'll see it. And then in the thumbnail, I just put some random guy in there. So that's what Bill mentioned.
It fooled me. But I clicked on it to watch this other guy.
It worked. It worked.
It worked like a charm, like it was providence, like it was meant to be. And I truly believe it was.
What did you think when you started watching it? Did it still take you a while to realize, like, oh man, he's talking to me? What?
Well, you started the video off by this video is for Bill in Alaska. And my jaw literally hit the floor. You know, I was not in a good mental state a month ago. I was in a dark, dark place. I was praying to God and, pleading, please, like I said before, praying to God to please hit me upside the head with something so big, because I was at the edge of death. It's amazing the difference of how mental wise and spiritual wise a month ago compared to now. A month ago, I had no hope. I was in such a dark place. And then I left you that comment and you left the video response that I just came across, and I clicked on that and you started talking about me. And I realized that video was for me. And I was right there. I thought that guy was Bill an hour from me.
Right.
And I clicked on it, and boy, there you were talking to me directly. And I just could not believe it. I was like land blasted. I just could not believe it. It took a while. It took a couple of days to sink in, but I ended up responding back to you. How did that go down? And my brain was scrambled eggs, man.
You emailed me. Me. I kept checking my phone that day, and all of a sudden there was a ding, and it said Bill, and I was like, "Yes, he got it! He got it!" It was so exciting.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And
this whole journey, you prayed to God, like my life was on the line, because it was, and I said, please put something so huge in my life, because that's the only thing that's going to knock me off this path of destruction I was on. And I was close. My body was close to giving out. And I prayed, please hit me upside the head. Those exact words, please hit me upside the head with something so big that that's the only thing that's gonna, because I'm so pig-headed and stubborn. That would be the only thing that would do it, something huge. And lo and behold, look what happened to me just in the last few weeks. I never had anything like, I'm 56 years old, and I've had some pretty incredible things happen in my life years ago when I was in shape and active, but nothing like this. Nothing like that. I've never had a direct sign from God like this before. It's been incredible. I'm still digesting it. I haven't even come close to digesting the whole thing, what's happened. But I'm just thankful every day. I mean, my gosh, I didn't even know you less than a month ago. And a couple of days ago, you and your beautiful daughter was sitting here right in front of me, and we're hugging and crying and laughing. Just life-changing stuff. Life-changing stuff. It's miraculous. Is it not like the craziest thing?
It's crazy. It's hard to describe to people too that haven't heard it before, but it's just crazy. Yeah. So you emailed me, and then I called you, and we had a conversation. I asked you if I could record it. Let me just show this real quick, because this is my that. We had a great phone call. So hopefully everyone can hear this. Let me see. This was the end of the call.
Wow.
Can you hear that, Bill?
Wow.
I can.
Wow.
This is my favorite part.
Come on, Bill. Bill, you can do this. Do it, Bill. Do it. You got this.
I am here for you. I am a man. So anyways, I love that part. You got it. Because I didn't know what was going to happen. And so that was,
I was scared.
yeah,
When
I'm like,
I first called you, boy, you talk about butterflies.
yeah, carnivores don't get nervous, but I've been getting nervous with the Bill interactions for sure. But after we talked too, I'm like, this guy is so cool. And the more we talked, it just seemed like this natural sort of connection. Like we've been brothers, like we've known each other forever.
It's pretty crazy.
And then it got even crazier when I went to visit you. So, well, all of that happened, not to get too far ahead. And then I did that video, and then we did this 10-hour live stream. And so for anyone that doesn't know out there, sorry, it's hard to keep track of the story myself. On the bottom of the screen, carnivoredietmovie.com. I've been doing carnivore for 140, 150 days now. I can't even keep track. I've lost 100 pounds. This is the other bit crazy thing, Bill. The week before I came here to visit you, I hit my longest term goal ever, which was to get down to 162 pounds. And it was hard. I was at like 170 forever, and it wouldn't budge. I finally got down to 162 days before going out to visit you. So that happened. Then this happened. Then this happened. But I on my 30 days of doing carnivore, I did a video called 30-Day Update, my carnivore journey, and all these amazing things happened to me on Carnivore Diet. I'll just say it real quick because there's a lot of people on here that might not know. I lost a whole bunch of weight. The biggest thing was my depression and anxiety. I was hopeless. Bill has shared that before, the hopelessness that you can get into, just the deepest depression you could ever imagine. I overcame that with carnivore. I had arthritis in my back, in my elbows, and in my foot so bad it needed surgery. That's what really put me over the edge for carnivore. And my mood, my sleep, after 30 days on carnivore, my whole life changed. I'm not exaggerating. I slept like a baby. My brain fog went away. My depression and anxiety around day 30 started clearing up. Around day 50, they're completely gone. I just felt a million times better. I'm going to do one video about this. I'm a homesteader. I do homesteading videos. I own this small town movie theater. I do movie theater videos. I'm going to do one video. I did that video and it went nuts. It has like 700,000 views. I don't care about the views. It's the comments and the stories from people. You inspired me. Now I started this. And now 100 days after doing that video, Bill, you're going to get more and more of this. And I know you're getting it now already. I get comments every day. You inspired me. I started carnivore. I stopped snoring. My depression's going away. This is changing my life forever. I finally see a path forward. And that got me so fired up. I did another carnivore video and another carnivore video. And then I said, wait, what do we have to do differently? There's no documentary out there. I can't go on Netflix or Amazon Prime or HBO and see anything about carnivore diet. If not for YouTube, I never would have known about carnivore diet. And so I'm like, we got to do a documentary. Yeah. We got to do a documentary, and that's why I decided we're going to do Carnivore Diet documentary. We're going to crowdfund it. We're going to do it ourselves. I'm going to every penny I've raised since then doing super chats and stickers on these videos, every single penny goes towards the documentary. We set up a GoFundMe. There's a link below. Every penny from that goes to the documentary, and we raised a bunch of money. We bought a Netflix approved cinema camera that's needed in order to get on Netflix. That was a huge milestone. Awesome. That happened right before Bill's stuff happened, but I spent most of the money that we raised at that point. And I was talking to Bill. We were talking regularly. I was talking to you, and I was talking to this other documentary filmmaker guy. His name's Chad. He's been helping me. He's like, Kerry, this Bill thing is amazing. You got to go film sort of the origin. How does he start in carnivore? He's the perfect person for this documentary. The documentary, we want to follow real people doing carnivore for 1 year. Not just obesity, but also depression, anxiety, type 2 diabetes, women's health, aging, IBS, real people, real examples, the truth, no bias. We want to do that. Anyhow, long story short, I'm looking on this very phone and I'm looking for flights to Alaska. And I'm like, there's no way I could swing it. We would just barely have enough budget left, and I'd have no money left for the documentary. And and I've already taken thousands of dollars out of my own pocket, even to buy the Netflix camera. So I'm totally invested in this. I'm not doing it to make any money. I'm not going to make any money. I'm losing lots of money, but it's a passion. I want to do it. Anyways, I'm looking on my phone for flights for Alaska. My phone went ding, and it was a GoFundMe donation. The average GoFundMe donation is probably $20, which I'm hugely thankful for because all of those add up. Yeah. This GoFundMe donation, anyone want to guess what it was for? I won't leave you hanging. I'll just tell you. Nearly precisely to the dollar, the amount of money I would need to fly to Alaska with Emma, because we need 2 people to do the cameras, 2 cameras, audio equipment, everything. It was I was looking up the flights and the Airbnb and everything. $2,500 is what I would have needed. It was actually a little bit more than that, but the GoFundMe donation, $2,500 out of the blue, a random anonymous, very generous person who he said he was a carnivore. He wanted to be anonymous. He was fired up about doing the documentary. Like, and then Bill, I was talking to you afterwards and you used the word that
you got hold of me right after that. After that. You would not believe what just happened. Right when you were researching that, at the exact moment that ding went off on your phone.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the odds of that? It's just they're astronomical.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to check it either. I was like, oh, I'm still looking for these flights, but I'm like, I'll take a look real quick. What do we got here? And I was like, 2,500. They're all $20 donations, and all of a sudden that came through. And yeah, and then I talked to Bill, and I was like, this is the big thing, Bill. I'm like, there's no pressure. I don't want to pressure you into doing the documentary or YouTube or anything.
Well, you were really kind.
What's that?
I was scared. I said you were really kind that way, letting me know, no pressure. Everything's all right. No pressure on you at all. So I really appreciated that because, boy, I've been pretty nervous through this whole thing, but you've been the best. I just so appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you too. And I was nervous too going into it, but what do you think in retrospect now that we did it and we filmed it?
Oh my gosh. Just so thankful. Thankful to my Father in heaven. Thankful to you. To be honest, there was a couple times when the butterflies were so much. I was like, man, as incredible as this is, I don't know if I can do it. My fear, like I said, I had a lot of opposition that was happening at the same time that all these incredible things started happening. A lot of opposition started hitting me over the head of this is too much. You can't do it. You can't handle it. Just keep on going the way you are. You'll be fine. There was a lot of opposition, but I prayed and I fought through it. And thank God that I did because, look how things turned out. Just so miraculous. So miraculous. So I'm just so thankful. I pray and I'm just so thankful every day. It's amazing.
Yeah. I was nervous too, and I don't really get nervous that much anymore. I don't get anxiety anymore, but just the gravity of the situation, because again, I hate saying this because I don't want to put pressure on Bill, but I really feel like your story is going to inspire millions of people. No pressure, but I got to be truthful. I just have this feeling deep down. So the gravity of the situation, and when we met for the first time, when I was right there, ready, my leg was just shaking. It was going like this. That never happened before. I was like, whoa.
Remember I told you to feel my pulse when you first came in, because the first 60 seconds, we were both just didn't quite know what to say because I don't know the correct word. It was just so much energy in the air.
Yeah. Is this real?
I was almost starstruck, but it couldn't have turned out any better. That all that nervousness and stuff was just in the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And then we just fell into, me, you, and Emma, just like we've been family and friends forever. It was just so organic and natural. It was just incredible.
Well, and we filmed for so long, but I couldn't have asked for a better result. I didn't know what was going to happen. And not just from you, Bill. There's so many things that can go wrong filming like that. The audio can be off, the lighting. I mean, we could film the whole thing, and then there's a buzz in the background that's hard to get out. But
because Emma's awesome.
Yeah. I got to shout out Emma for sure. Bill, she got back, and now she's at her aunt's house in Milwaukee with Jen and the girls. So she went from this wasn't really a vacation, although Alaska was beautiful. We shot nonstop. Even the day that we weren't at Bill's, we went on this airplane ride to get footage of the airplane and just to get a little bit of away time. But we shot that whole day. I'm going to put up some behind the scenes. When we got back to our Airbnb, we had this huge table, and it was just like a barrage of batteries and memory cards, and it looked like a war zone. Everything was dead and wasted. But Emma did a heck of a job, so shout out to Emma. She might jump on here. She's at her aunt's house. I said if you could jump on, Emma, just jump on for 10 minutes and say hi. We'll see. But it went so good. But Bill, I've been reviewing the footage and organizing. I have so much footage. It's going to take me weeks to go through it all. But
I told you, I said, boy, when you get home, you're going to have your work cut out for you.
Yeah. I'm so thankful for it, though. And it's so good. I was there in the moment asking the questions with you, but I've already rewatched a couple of them. I was like, I don't even remember us talking about that because just so much happened in such a short period of time. And I'm like, that was a wonderful conversation. And you were making a point about something, and I missed it because I'm just in the moment now. So there's so much good stuff in there. I was saying to Emma and I was talking to some folks. I'm like, we have enough stuff here, video footage content, to almost do an entire documentary just on Bill's story alone, which is just nuts. Like, we don't intend on doing that, but then someone was like, well, maybe a series, and maybe it's Bill, and then the next one is
no,
like,
there's a lot of other sick people in need, you know, and they need your help.
Yeah, for sure. So we're not changing anything. And it's always better to have way more. I told you this, Bill, when I was there. We'll oftentimes film for 10 hours and then maybe use 10 minutes of that footage. But we're going to use a lot more in this case because it was a lot of really good stuff in there. One of the I guess just backtracking real quick. So Bill and I met. We talked about the video. We did all of that. Emma and I flew out there. And Bill, you were not joking or exaggerating when you were talking about the situation with meat in Alaska. We landed at 10:30, and I'm like, we have to get some meat now. We specifically got an Airbnb so we could cook our own food. I'm like, Emma, we got to get some meat. And there was a Walmart. It was the only thing open that late at 11 o'clock. It closed at 11. We had a half hour. We went to this Walmart, and it was just, I'm spoiled, but it was fine because it would work. But it was just ground beef, and then they had like this big London broil and a pot roast. No steaks whatsoever, and all the prices were way higher than what I've ever seen here.
Crazy.
It was nuts. But I was like, I was stressing out a little bit because I'm like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to have a big ribeye. I want to be energized for this full day of filming Bill. The plan was to cook it in the morning, like for breakfast, which I don't normally do. But we didn't have any. We ended up getting a pot roast and some ground beef, and Emma got her bacon and eggs. And because I've been doing Lion Diet for 60 days leading up to this, just beef, salt, and water. Yeah. Anyways, I threw that pot. Luckily, they had a slow cooker. I threw that pot roast in that night, let it go all night. But I put it on too low of a setting, and it was really late, and we got up really early. Long story short, the pot roast wasn't ready. It was still really hard. It wasn't tender at all. It wasn't good to go. And so I cheated on my diet. I didn't really cheat. I'm still doing carnivore, but the strict lion that I was doing for 60 days, I went off of, and Emma made me a power bowl, beef, butter, bacon, eggs in a bowl. And I'm not lying. That was one of the most delicious things I've had in a long time.
They are so good. I made your power bowl too.
Yes.
That is so good.
It's so good. It's so filling too.
Speaking of beef.
Yeah.
I texted you earlier. I'm so excited. That side of beef, the half a cow I ordered a month ago, 3.5 weeks ago, it came in, and my brother is picking it up today. I cannot believe it. Yes.
That's exciting.
It's so exciting. We got the freezer set up, and they're going to get it all on film. We got a makeshift table set up in here. Going to bring it all in here, and my brother Samuel, he's going to film it going through the whole thing. And I'm just so excited. It's finally here. I can't wait to share it with everybody. It's amazing.
That's going to be some fun content to watch and see it cooking stuff up a little different. And you mentioned your brother Samuel. You got to preface that with your brother Carnivore Samuel, who started Carnivore a couple days ago.
Yes.
Shout out to Samuel too. Yeah. I'm sorry, what was it?
Oh, him and his girlfriend jumped on the carnivore train. So yeah, they're both doing it.
Huge shout out to Jared and Samuel, two of Bill's many brothers. Samuel was awesome. So Jared took me to one of the last spots that Bill went fishing. And so Bill talked about fishing in the documentary. And so I wanted to get fishing footage. Plus, I just wanted to see this area. And Jared was awesome. It took me there. We got some great, oh man, Bill, I can't wait to show you this footage. I got drone shots of Jared just casting in there. And it's such a beautiful area. So
I saw you walking through the river,
Yeah.
But yeah, I love fishing. I was 5 years old in Ohio fishing for bluegill and crappie, you know. I fished my whole life, and there's no other state like Alaska for fishing. But I haven't fished in so long. But next summer, 100% next summer.
I asked Jared, what do you think the first thing Bill will do when he walks out and he's free again? And he said, probably fishing. That'd probably be one of them.
Fishing and my photography. I sure miss that too.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't imagine in Alaska. I was in heaven just shooting all day. I got so many pictures too. We were just talking about the video before, but
yeah.
But the cool thing, Bill, with Jared, so I was giving him a hard time. Like Jared and I connected too, like brothers. He's into all the same stuff I'm in, except for one thing. But we'll talk about that in a second. But
I know what it is too.
Yeah. So Jared took me fishing, and I was giving him a hard time. I was like, he's like, is this okay? He was reeling it in. I was getting some really cool slow motion shots with our gimbal camera. It looks so smooth in slow motion, him reeling it in. I was like, yeah, one thing would be better if you actually caught a fish. Like, what are we doing here? I was just joking with him there. We were only there a couple minutes. But the funny thing, Bill, was I was reviewing that footage last night, and I got a lot of drone shots, and you could see these huge fish in a couple of shots just swimming right by his line. So
Jared told me that. He said after you guys made a few casts and didn't catch anything when you were leaving, big schools of salmon were moving through right at that area.
Yeah, it was huge. It was really cool shot on the drone too, because you can really see it on the drone overhead aiming down. Like, oh, there's one right there. So Jared's awesome. A lot of people might not know this, but I love playing poker. Back in the day, that used to be my big thing. I do a lot of weird things. I like homesteading and poker and movie theaters and lots of weird stuff. But I was talking to Jared. Oh, and then when I was interviewing Jared outside, Bill's brother, he told me that he loves playing poker too. And then we're naming all our favorite poker players. So we connected there. Then I see a bunch of golf balls on the ground. I was like, you golf too? I love golfing. I didn't golf at all. I love
golf.
Yeah.
I golf all the time when I was younger.
Jared's like, I'm going golfing tomorrow. I'm like, I love golfing. I didn't go at all last year because my foot hurt so bad with arthritis. I went a couple times earlier this year. Now I've been too busy with the carnivore stuff. But all these things, I think we got all this in common. But I said one thing I don't have in common with Jared. Jared eats meat and everything, but the man hates beef. He hates beef. And he's like, I don't know. It's just some weird thing. I don't like it. So I was saying to Bill and I was saying to Jared, I was like, Jared is such a cool guy. He likes poker. He likes golf. He's a homesteader. I mean, Jared was out in the woods with me and he can name all the plants and he can eat this one. You can't do that. This, like, he knows everything, like ultimate homesteader, just the coolest guy. But I'm like, you're so cool, but how can you not like meat? I just can't wrap my brain around it. But hey, Bill, we were talking about this. It's interesting. I had Jared's probably so sick of talking to me. He was awesome, but I get hyped up. I get hyped up on the carnivore. And I think he's a lot more interested in it after we were talking in the car to the fishing trip. One of the things was, he's like, I love eggs. So I'm like, there you go. You can eat a lot of eggs. And he still eats chicken and things like that. You can eat chicken and everything like that. But the one thing that
turkey, fish, a little bit of fish, halibut and stuff.
Absolutely. Yep. I was like, you could do carnivore and avoid the beef. And he says he still eats beef if it's like ground up like tacos or something, but not big thick steaks make him sick. But this is what got him, Bill. If you try to convince him to do carnivore, here's what got him. I was like, one of the biggest things for me, and this is so true, I didn't realize how bad my brain fog was before I started carnivore. And he looked over at me and he's like, are you serious? I've got the worst brain fog ever. That's what he said to me in the car. So it was starting to click with him a little bit, as maybe I should. Yeah. It's tough for Jared, and I'm sure for you, Bill, too, because he was telling me growing up, a lot of stuff, you go out in the garden and there's a lot of good stuff in the garden, especially if you're growing it yourself. But it's a hard thing to sort of overcome. But man, you got such a
we were raised that way, put in a garden every year and grow all our own stuff as much as we can.
Right.
So yeah, but lucky for me, like I said, I've loved meat and fat and grease, from meat since I was a little kid. So the carnivore is perfect for me. It's just easy peasy.
Yeah. Right before I came out to Alaska, I had a call with Dr. Kiltz. And one of the things he told me that was a new thing that I heard was, he's like, it shouldn't be called carnivore, because if you only ate meat without any fat, you would end up dying eventually. He's like, it should be called fativore. It's the fat that's really getting to you. And I was like, wow, I never heard anybody put it that way, but it is really true if you think about it. That's why the fattier cuts of steak and beef like that are so much better for you. You got to add to it. So
I've heard that protein poisoning when you don't have enough fat along with the meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Rabbit poisoning. Some people call it rabbit poisoning. But so getting enough fat's key. But I just want to say sincerely, I have never felt more welcome or more a part of the family than at Bill's place. From you, Bill, but also your stepmom was wonderful. She made some handmade gifts for Emma and Jen. They appreciated that so much. And Emma was out there.
Tell them they have more coming. She's still working away on new stuff.
She was so nice. I was so glad she came out, and I had to talk to her. And then, your brothers. And then Samuel, too. I'm so fired up for him because he came to the fishing trip to kind of show us where to go for this fishing hole. It was kind of hard to get to. And then I think Jared just kind of mentioned that he's been doing carnivore, and that opened my eyes up. I'm like, you want to talk? And he was very nervous to go on camera, rightfully so. Most people are, but he was brave and he went on camera, and it was really, really awesome what he had to say.
He is. Yeah, Samuel's the best. He's the family mechanic. He's just from the moment he gets up until the moment he goes to bed, he's just going.
Okay, bye. I'm so sorry.
Busy upstairs.
Yeah, Lily's up there. She doesn't normally work up there. She just called me, so I just wanted to make sure we're good though. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Samuel was awesome,
Oh, no, that's fine.
and the little bit that he shared was just great, just absolutely great. So,
and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I guess I'll have to wait a year like everybody else.
You don't have to. So yeah, everyone else that's watching, I had so many people messaging me when I was in Alaska. We deserve to see the interaction with Bill video and this. I'm like, I get it. I want to share everything I can. So I did share a little bit, but just real quick, if I show you what's going to be in the documentary, it's never going to get on Netflix or HBO or one of these sites.
Yeah,
they want 100% original, and they're so strict with it. So I have to be very careful. But I could preview.
I mean, sadly, it makes sense. Why would they want to take something when that's already out there for free? On all over the internet. So
yeah, it's so hard for me though, because I know if I put it out there, it's going to inspire more people and help more people. But I know in my brain, if we wait and we're patient, it's going to inspire even more people. That's the goal of being on Netflix, is reaching many, many millions of people. We're on YouTube, we might reach a smaller fraction of that. So, but I can share. I'm going to do this little highlight reel, and I can share some of that with you, Bill. I just can't put it out on YouTube. So
yeah, there's still plenty of ways. I mean, you got this 24-hour thing coming up, and there's just still ways to reach so many people between now and then.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully I'll be right there by your side, helping as much as I can. It's going to be incredible. So we just keep plugging away and keep showing as many people as we can, helping as many sick and struggling people as we possibly can. I really feel you've been saying that's your mission, and now I'm feeling that in my heart. Like
right.
maybe I finally found my mission that I've been searching for my whole life. Like what is my mission here? What am I doing here? And now I think I finally found it, and it's just kind of that's another thing I'm just slowly digesting. It's an incredible thing. The comments and stuff I'm getting of people telling me, I'm an inspiration, I've helped them, it hasn't quite sunk in. I'm like, what, me? I mean, look at me, I'm a mess. But if that's my mission, to help people in life, I couldn't be more humbled. What a higher calling can you have than helping others, which is why we're here. It's pretty surreal.
That was the big takeaway I had after meeting with you too. Like I kind of realized it on the surface, but it really sunk in after talking to you, to go from where you were so hopeless, feeling like you didn't have any purpose anymore, just like, what am I doing here, to now just completely flipping it to having one of the, like, what else could you do that would have a greater purpose than inspiring people to change their lives forever? And that's not an exaggeration. You can read the comments on Bill's video. And I know you've only been doing it a couple weeks, Carnivore for a couple weeks now, but just the first step you took to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to go against everything I've ever been told, and I'm going to try to do this. And you being brave enough to put your story out there and start your own channel. There's so many comments on there that alone is inspiring people. And now 3 weeks out, there's people that, 2 weeks ago I started because I saw Bill's video. A week ago I started because I saw Bill's third video. So that's the most beautiful thing with all of this.
It is. Especially, I keep thinking like 3 months from now, 6 months from now, when you can really see the weight coming off, it's maybe even have a greater impact. It's like, wow, as incredible as this is, it could just keep getting more and more and more crazy and beautiful. The more the weight comes off, maybe the more hope I can give people who are in the same position that I was, a month ago.
Yes.
Just dark and hopeless and in pain. And, I don't even like thinking about it. It was so terrible.
Yeah.
But now I have a light at the end of the tunnel and starting to realize that maybe this is my purpose. It's just all so much. I just got to take it in slowly. So I tend to get a little overwhelmed when I think about it too much. But my goodness, I asked God, please hit me upside the head. And, I got careful what you wish for kind of thing, because kapow.
Yes.
It's been kapow.
I love that quote that God will never give you more than you can handle in one day. So hopefully that resonates with you. But I totally get how it's overwhelming when you go from 0 to 100 miles an hour. You've got these thousands of comments and people reaching out to you. So I totally get it. But yeah, when you start getting more, you're already seeing progress. We could talk about that a little bit. 3 weeks in.
Yeah.
But when you start,
You know what's crazy is I'm so just in the last week, I'm so much more active. 6 o'clock this morning, and I actually videotaped myself. I'm going to put it in my next video. At 6 a.m. this morning, I was sitting on the edge of my bed with that grabber, and I was cleaning up. And I never do that. And I like, wow, I got to record this. I'm like, here I am at 6 a.m. cleaning up around my bed because I didn't want to go back to bed. I just wanted to do something. And I never have that level of energy, especially early in the morning. Normally, early in the morning, I'd be sitting here. My back would be killing me. My knees would be killing me. My ankles and feet would be killing me. This morning, no pain and energy enough to get up and actually do something. And I recorded it. It'll be in my next video. But I was just like, wow. Yes. And this is only after just under a month. What's going to happen 3 months, 6 months? When you come up next summer, I'm not going to be walking out the door. I'm going to be running out there.
Yes. Oh, man. Imagine that video, Bill. Imagine how that's going to inspire people. And then when you start, but even like you said, in the meantime, it's going to get so much better. Like you said, you're getting close to 30 days or whatever. You get 30 days. Once you get 50 days, it gets that much better. And you're going to have all these little wins. Like, I got so much more energy today. Well, that's a video that's going to inspire people. Or I walked to the toilet today and it was the easiest it's ever been. That's another video you can do.
Right.
There's so many videos.
I'm already feeling it's ever so slightly, but boy, wow, I'm walking to the toilet easier than it was a week ago. 100%. So it's just it's only going to keep getting better and better. It's just going to be incredible.
Right. And then that biggest thing that people don't realize when you do carnivore is that inflammation. We talked about that a little bit when I was there, though. It sounds like you feel like your inflammation's starting to go down. That happens quickly.
I had it so bad. I mean, I was in constant pain. I was eating aspirin, Tylenol, and stuff like it was candy, and it wasn't hardly doing anything. I was mostly doing it just out of habit. But that's another thing I just now realized. I haven't had a Tylenol or aspirin in a week. I don't know. I just now realized that I have not had a Tylenol in days and days, and that's unheard of. Normally I would eat 10 a day, just way too much because I'm constantly in pain, or I was constantly in pain. I just now realized that. Wow, I haven't had an aspirin in days and days. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Yes.
It's miraculous when you're eating poison and poisoning yourself. God made our bodies so incredible that they'll withstand poison for a long time before they start breaking down. But once you get that out of your system and start putting in the natural things that we're supposed to eat, protein, fat, the changes are quick and miraculous. It's quick and miraculous. It's something else.
Absolutely. Hey, I got to read a comment here quick. This is from our friend. He's got the greatest name. His name is Rock Salt, and he's done documentaries. He's worked on feature films. He sent me a feature film he did. It was called 11. It's on Amazon. It was so good. This guy's awesome. He did an acting scene with Rob Lowe, which is really cool. Rob Lowe is the original carnivore. If people don't know that, he calls it Atkins or low carb, but he pretty much eats one meal a day, mostly just meat. And if anyone knows Rob Lowe, he defies aging. Everyone says, like, do you ever age? And he's been doing that for years and years. But this guy, his name is Rock Salt. He's so nice. So he said, Kerry, as I mentioned in my email, if you need any help editing all the footage over the next few months and color grading, I'd be happy to help. Thank you so much. I'd likely take you up on that. I'm still organizing it all. He's in England, and he's been giving me really good advice. Him and Chad have both done documentaries and films before, but Rock was the one, like, Kerry, chill with sharing the YouTube, because I knew I couldn't put it all out there, and I have in my head what's going to go in the documentary, but I was just so fired up about sharing some of this stuff. So he's really helped me out with that. So thank you so much. Nice. And he's got a new YouTube channel. Oh, and best of all, he's also a carnivore. I'm hoping to have him on the 24-hour live stream as well. We could talk about his story a little bit too, because he's got an incredible story. Just a great guy. So yeah, I guess one other cool thing that happened. This was a tough part, Bill, if I'm being honest, when I was there with you. Bill's telling me all these amazing things. It's like, man, you've lived several lives already. You have so many cool stories from back in the day, which is heartbreaking on one side. But then Yeah, but it's not, because you're in your 50s. You have a whole life ahead of you once you do this and lose the weight, and you could do these things again. But one thing that I struggled with, and I think maybe too, I don't know, maybe your brother Jared or Samuel struggle with this from time to time, is like doing something cool, and then Bill, you're stuck back there and you can't do it because you talked about you love your ATV, you love fishing, and you want to get your pilot's license again. So I'm like, well, I have to go do those three things now, because when Bill talks about them in the documentary, I have to visually show that. I have to show somebody flying a plane, fishing, and going on the ATV. So I honestly, I don't know how you feel about that. I was going to ask you, like, I felt bad. I'm like not trying to rub it in your nose, like, look at these cool things, but it was on my mind, like, man, this is, it just sucks.
Exciting. You're watching those things because I was completely relating to them. Like, wow, I used to do that, and then I realized, and I get to do that again now. When I had given, like a month ago, I had given up hope. I was giving up hope of. It's funny how my perspective is completely flipped, because a month ago I was like, man, I'm pushing 60. I'm 56, but I'm like, I'm pushing 60, and look at me, my life is over. I can never do any of all those things that I'd given up. That's why I was praying to God so hard, because I had given up on the things that I used to do in the past. And I was feeling so old, and I felt old, aches and pains all day. But it's amazing how my perspective has just flipped in the last few weeks. Now I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not that old after all. I got a lot of years left in me, as long as I stay on this path now that I'm on, and I am. And I still have time to do all those things that I used to do. And that is just that's so amazing. That's so amazing. And like I told you before, when you guys come up in your family, it's just going to be so incredible. Spend time with your family. When you guys come up again next summer, we'll be able to go out and do all those things. And that's just, to me, is like, that is what's going to keep me in check and give me the strength in the times, because I'm sure I'm only human. I'm sure there's going to be times of great weakness and like, oh boy, just one little flour tortilla with some cheese in it, or whatever. Like, no, I have a responsibility now. To the documentary, to the people saying that I'm giving them hope for you guys coming up next summer. That's what's going to give me the strength to just keep my feet on the path. And I'm just so excited. I'm so blessed. I'm just so humbled, to thank God above all. But yeah, my perspective now went from one of doom and gloom and darkness to just one of hope and light. It's so quick. So quick. It is just so incredible.
Yeah, I'm running out of words to describe it, but you kept using the word
providence. We say it all the time. We sound like broken records, but
yeah,
it's because it's true. You can't say those things enough when it's true,
Right. I used to say this about, I still say it about my friend Sean, Intentional Carnivore. I'm like, dude, if they made a movie about your life and you lost 250 pounds in 1 year,
yeah,
people wouldn't believe it, though. They wouldn't believe it. They'd say it's unbelievable. And like this whole story, how this is kind of unfolded, and the odds of you leaving a comment and then seeing the video, and then in less than 3 weeks, all of this is happening. It's unbelievable. Again, if that was just a movie on its own, people would be like, no, it's never going to happen like that. But it has.
The sequence of events that played out, I keep using the word like I always do, but providence. The way things played out was statistically, there's no way. Like that guy calling you at the exact, or donating to you at the exact second you're looking it up, and us meeting the way we did with those videos going back and forth, it's just all so incredible.
The craziest thing with all this, I think I mentioned this briefly to you, but this has only happened one other time in my life. And I don't know, some people probably don't know this, but my wife Jen and I, we've been together since we were 14 exclusively.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nice. Yeah, almost 30. We're coming up on almost 30 years. 29 years. 29 only. Yeah. The very first day we met, my cousin introduced us, and we were walking home, and I was like, I don't like this girl. She's really weird. And there's literally, I never forget this. It's ingrained in my memory, and I've driven past this place a couple of times, but we're walking down this sidewalk, and then it veers off. It's literal fork in the road that goes off. And I'm like, I'm out of here. I don't like this girl. I'm going home. I started going home, and I started walking, and it just hit me. I'm like, something in me was like, no, you have to go back. Like, it was the most powerful, weirdest feeling I've ever had. And the feeling I had when I read your comment was very similar to that. It was like, this guy, we need to connect. There's something greater that's going to happen. Now with Jen, obviously I got married and lived happily ever after, and we had triplets plus one and a family, and I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful. And I didn't know what it was then. I feel like I know what it is now. It's my family, and it's all these amazing things that's happened. But I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I've never had a feeling like that before. It's ingrained in my brain that very day and that moment when everything in my body was like, go that way and go back. And had I not gone that way, I could have just went down the other path and I never would have seen her again. Never would have had triplets plus one and all these other things. Like, who knows what would have happened. But I had that same feeling when we first started connecting. Like, something was telling me there's a greater thing beyond this, that we need to connect, and this has to happen. Without a doubt, every fiber in my body, this has to happen. So it's just
100%. Well, you were being literally pushed and prodded with your wife, with Jen, because it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Right.
And that's what I feel like about meeting you. It was no accident. There are very few accidents in this life we're going to find. Everything has a purpose. So it's I know in my heart it was just meant to be. It's just too miraculous and too incredible in such a short amount of time. So
yeah. So here we are.
Here we are.
I'm so excited for all the footage we got, though. Like, everyone's asking, well, what's the next step with the documentary? Well, the other crazy thing that happened was, so that $2,500 donation from a generous anonymous donor, I know who the donor is. He asked me to remain anonymous. He then messaged me when a few days after that, and before I went to meet Bill, we did that 10-hour live stream, which was just insane. But this gentleman messaged me and he said, Kerry, I'm a carnivore. I'm fired up. You're fired up. People need to know about this carnivore diet. I will match dollar for dollar every single dollar you raise during the 10-hour live stream, up to $10,000. My jaw just dropped. I'm like, that's unbelievable. And me going into that 10-hour live stream, Bill, I had no idea. I would, if we raised $500, I would have been ecstatic. I didn't know. I was like, this is just kind of a cool novelty thing. Oh, we're going 10 hours. It'll be a lot of fun. We ended up raising $9,400. We almost hit the 10 grand cap that he did. And and so this guy was, you want to know, well, I don't want to give too much away because he's anonymous, but he was traveling for a little while, and he just came back and he stuck to his word. He doubled it just like he said he would. That just happened today. So another crazy thing after another crazy thing after another crazy thing. So we have the funds now. It's like the goal on the GoFundMe was $50,000. Doing a documentary, getting it on Netflix is a ton of money. I was able to film Bill. Like, when we filmed you, Bill, that was on a shoestring budget with me and Emma doing that. This guy, Chad, was like, Kerry, you're insane if you're going to go there just like that. You need a sound guy. You need an audio guy. You need a lighting guy. And I got really lucky. I'm very happy how it turned out. But if I go do Dr. Barry, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Baker, who are all agreed to be in the documentary, by the way, I can't just do it with me and Emma. And we're going to have limited time with those guys. So the goal is to get to $50,000 total. Well, with that donation, we're over $30,000. So
that's so crazy. And that's providence right there. I mean, that was no accident.
Yes.
That was no accident. God knows that what you're doing is very important. So look what he did for you. It's just incredible.
It's
doubling that money. That's just like, wow, that is like sent from above.
Yeah. And Alia Wells, who's an awesome YouTuber, and Adam from Carnivore Today, who's awesome. Those guys, all these people, Bill, I keep meeting are carnivores. They're all amazing. So Adam was like, oh, I'll help you with the 10-hour live stream. I thought he'd stand for an hour. That guy stayed on for 10 hours straight, and he was vital. And then Alia used to do fundraising. She was in the chats, and she was like, there's 877 people on here. If everyone donates $5, we'll get to X. And she was pushing it. She helped raise those funds. She was really helpful. And now after this, it was her idea. She's like, we got to do another one. Let's do 24 hours instead of 10. And let's just fund this movie fully so we can be done with the fundraising part of it. So that's the plan for September 16th. I'm so excited for that and fired up. But
that's how miracles happen, from a collaboration of really good souls on a mission, being inspired from above and all coming together for one goal. Miraculous things can happen, and we're seeing that play out right now. Yes.
So now we have two paths. Like, I'm coming back from Alaska. I'm going to do the 24-hour live stream. I got a bunch of live streams coming up in between to raise more funds. Every super sticker, every super chat goes towards it. There's a bunch right here now I got to go through. Bill, my plan was I'm coming back. I'm going to do a road trip across the country. There's a couple people that are just starting Carnivore or that have, and film. And Emma was talking to Bill. She's got to go back to school, but we're thinking about homeschooling her, and Bill is on the side of homeschooling, which I think we're going to.
Emma, like, don't worry, I'm going to get on your dad. You're going to be able to homeschool.
I think you've convinced me, my friend. I think you've convinced me. I think the homeschooling thing, as long as we're organized and she stays on top of it, combined with the life experience of just going out with you in Alaska, that life experience alone was priceless. I mean, are you kidding me? A week in school, she could have gone to a year in school and not gotten the experiences she had, seeing Alaska and meeting you and going through this whole process.
Right.
So we're either going to go on the road trip and start filming, or we have so much good content with Bill and the doctors that we've talked to on the streams. We're going to try to put together almost like a pre-movie trailer. It's called like a lookbook. This was Rock's idea as well. And then we could say, look, this is what we got. We got a great start to a documentary. We could pitch it to Netflix and these other sites and see if they want to bite earlier and they want to get on board earlier. So those are the two things. Just a quick update for people that we're thinking of doing next. Either way, it's full steam ahead on this thing. I'm even more excited. And the fact that we were able to successfully film Bill was just a huge thing for me too, because we had to take an airplane there and I had to shove everything in a suitcase, and that was nuts. That took so much planning. Bill, I packed and unpacked that thing like 20 times. But
you told me. But look how it all worked out. It all worked out. That couldn't be any better.
And it worked out, and that was like the hardest challenge. And now if I film someone here, like in say Chicago, I could put all that stuff in my minivan and have my actual good equipment and my good tripod and my good lights. So it's going to be easier now that we've gotten through the hard stuff. So
yeah. Well, you got your work cut out for you, my friend, because I was just the very first person you've helped, miraculously helped. But you got a lot more work ahead of you. There's a lot of sick, hurting people out there, and they're counting on you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm up for the challenge. I'm not going to stop.
I know you are. If there's any man on this planet, it's you. You were chosen to help people. It's just incredible.
Well, I appreciate it, but I'm not letting you off the hook either, my friend, because you're on it now too. You started too as a passion, and I said this to Dr. Barry when I had him on. Started as a passion, turned into a responsibility. When you see these results, yeah. What greater responsibility? Like, I can't think of anything else in life that would be more worthwhile of doing than helping people, especially with this
motto. Oh,
no, go ahead.
Oh, that's always been my motto. Just because the way I was raised, and my father being this incredible man that he is. I've always held in my heart that the reason why we're here is, to have a family and to help one another. I used to feel that way even back in my teens. I'm like, the reason we're here is, we're supposed to help each other. And now I'm feeling that even though I've carried that motto in my heart all my life, it's gained new significance now for me, a whole nother level, because of what's happened and all the loving comments and support and all the people reaching out to me. I really feel that now at a whole new level, that it's going to be my mission to, like you, to help others, as many as I can. Whew, and that's an amazing thing. That is an amazing. If I'm feeling that as much as I am now, I can't imagine you when you're going to bed at night. It's like your head's got to be spinning.
Yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't. One thing that I've learned a long time ago, I was trying to teach this to Emma too, is I used to have horrible anxiety. And one thing I learned right around when I started Carnivore, I don't know, I was reading books on Stoicism or whatever. When I used to get anxious, I almost wonder if it was because I wasn't prepared. And I told this to Emma. I was like, Emma, if you have a job working at McDonald's, it doesn't matter. Millions of people have worked at McDonald's. One person has done that job better than anyone else. That should be you. You should strive to do that. And if you do that and you do the best job you possibly can, you don't have to be anxious about anything. Even if they fire you and say you're horrible, what are you going to do? I couldn't do any better than my very best. So right. I tried to do that when I was out there filming with you. Now there's lots of mistakes and things I made, but I don't think I could have. I don't think I could have put more effort in or tried any harder than that. So that's helped me with the anxiety stuff over recently, because I had it so horribly before Carnivore. But
right. Well, what did Yoda say? I'm a big Star Wars nerd. Try not, do or do not. There is no try. You either do it or you don't do it.
That's awesome. I love that you're a Star Wars nerd too. I can't wait for you to come here. You got it. Montello Theater. Bill, you mentioned Star Wars, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jen and the girls and I, we took over the theater. In 1 month, it'll be our 1-year anniversary. So it was 1 year ago we took over the theater, which is just mind-blowing by itself. I can't believe that I still pinch myself. I can't believe. And when I say theater, people are like, "Ooh, fancy." This is a single screen historic building. I love this place, but it's not like some big Cineplex, just so people know. But Bill, the first thing I did, the very first thing after we came in here, we had one day in the theater just as a family. I played Star Wars on the big screen.
Oh, nice.
It was epic.
That's awesome.
I've seen Star Wars a million times. Never did I see it on the big screen. Never on the big screen.
Me too. I've seen the Mandalorian. Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times I watched that from beginning to end over and over.
So good. Mandalorian was great. So you need to pick out, was it going to be Star Wars or what? When you come up here to visit, you're going to visit the homestead. I got to take you to the EAA, the big airplane show. That's awesome. Then we got to watch a movie. Watch a movie on the big screen. Well, you're going to be on the big screen. I'll have to see when I do the live stream. We're going to do a meetup, and then we can stream. We can actually put you right on the big screen. So, no pressure, no pressure. Hey, we got a couple super chats. So I'm going to go through these quick.
Yeah, let's go to the people for a while. Enough of us.
Yeah, Jimenez, $10. Thank you so much. Solution Girl, $2 super sticker. Really appreciate it. Copper's Kitchen, $20. Hey, greetings from Alaska. So happy for you, Bill. A big shout out to Rod at Stay Strong, Live Long for all his help to some amazing folks. Let's get his channel to 1K. Absolutely.
Rod is so awesome. I mean, he got a hold of me today wanting to help out with some things with the Amazon affiliates and stuff. Yeah, Rod is just so great. What a great man.
I got to shout him out quick. Absolutely. He's a great guy. So he helped Bill with getting monetized and some things on YouTube. And then, Bill, I'm interviewing this couple. They're blind. They're blind carnivores. They're called the Sightless Carnivores. And they needed so much help getting set up. And I was in Alaska. And so Rod volunteered his time to help them out. He's just a great guy. He's a carnivore too, which is awesome. So stay strong, live long. He's got 761 subscribers. We have 828 people watching this. If you guys all go subscribe to Rod, who supported Bill and supported the sightless couple of carnivores, we could get him to 1,000 subscribers. That would be amazing. That would just be awesome. I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving you. I'm gonna call you guys out later. I'm leaving this open in the background, and we're gonna come back in a couple of minutes and refresh. 761 right now. Let's get it to 1,000 for him. That would just be amazing. Thank you, Copper's Kitchen. And I was just talking to Rod earlier, Bill. I invited him to join our little community. We got this little carnivore group of folks that are helping me with the documentary and brainstorming, like Adam and Alia. And I said to Rod, we got to have you on that 24-hour live stream. We could do a segment. The other thing I really want to do is I get so many people saying I want to start YouTube, but I don't know what to do. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a YouTube video, like how to start a carnivore YouTube channel or something like that.
Hey,
and then,
at least for me, it was daunting. I couldn't have done it without your help or without Rod's. I mean, you both just walked me through it, because I would have been, I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. And I'm sure a lot of other people are. So that would be really helpful.
Yeah, I think we'll either do a dedicated video or maybe as part of the 24-hour live stream, we have a little session with Rod. We talk about some tips and tricks to get up and running on YouTube. Again, I said it before, a rising tide lifts all boats. If you do a carnivore YouTube channel, I will promote you. Lori Mayer, $5. Watching Bill's channel and yours. Kerry always makes my day and lift me up when I'm feeling discouraged. I wish continued blessings to both of you. Thank you, Lori. That's so nice. Jody is asking Bill, hi, Bill, have you taken measurements as a way to track your progress while you wait on getting a scale? Love you, brother.
No, I did get those 2 scales, the 500-pound capacity, hoping that would I put 1 foot on each one, but that just didn't work out. It was giving me like 100-pound differences. I've been wanting to measure myself, but it's kind of a little bit difficult, but I'm going to do it. I just been going by how I feel and about, it sounds kind of gross, but how my legs rub together when I'm walking to the bathroom, I've just such improvements, but I definitely need to start measuring myself so I can have the actual numerical difference. So I will do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think it'll help you a ton too, because you'll see like even in your arms are going down and your legs. Yeah. I remember, I think you were saying you have like a visiting nurse or something. Maybe she could help you with that one time. That'd be really.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, she comes out once every few months, does blood work and takes my vitals to see how I'm doing. But I will I'll give her a call and I'll have her do all the measurements when she comes out here. That's a great idea. It's kind
Awesome.
of hard for myself.
Right. Christian, $17. I'm not sure what country that's from, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. David Poole, $10. Question, 2 subjects. Bill, can you talk a little bit about your musicianship? And 2, can you talk a little about doctor's visits?
Oh, musicianship. Well, I played music my whole life. My mother was a guitar player. My dad played a little bit too when he was younger. But I was raised with a guitar in my hand, a little I was 5 years old and I had a little plastic black and white toy guitar, I remember. But I was always dancing around and singing even when I was a little kid. I became a professional musician when I was 21 and I moved from Ohio back up to Alaska. We lived in Ohio for just a few years. And I met some really great people, other musicians, and I started making music professionally. Guitar player and piano, or keyboard player back then. And started playing the clubs at night. So I was also a cook, a career cook. So I'll cook during the day and I'll play the clubs at night, and did that for a dozen years, 15 years, quite a while. Seems like a lifetime ago. That's back when I was in shape. I was 200 pounds. I had hair down to my butt crack, excuse me, like literally long hair, big golden hoop earring, the whole, I just fell into the whole rock star thing, even though, it wasn't playing real big venues, a couple thousand people. But yeah, I miss that. But I still play guitar. I noticed not as much as I used to, because the bigger and bigger I got, the more of a struggle it is, My arms are big and heavy. And so when you're holding the guitar, it's like pretty soon, halfway through a song, I'm like, whew, my arms are killing me. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into playing more and more again. And I will, my Jared, and he says, like, dude, you got to start playing guitar in your videos. People are going to freak out.
Yes.
Like, yes, I'm a little rusty, so I'm going to start playing more and get polished up. And then I'll throw some music in some of my videos coming up. And what was the other one? My doctor's visits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to the doctor in years and years, like 6 years, 7 years. Well, I haven't left my house in 4 years. But even then, before then, it was hard to, even though I was going outside and riding my 4-wheeler around, it was hard to get into a vehicle even back then and go to town. So it's been a long time since I've been to the doctor. But it was just kind of routine. 6, 7 years ago, I'll go to the doctor and go through the routine of being weighed, blood work. They're just telling me how bad a shape I'm in and need to turn my life around, or I won't be in this world much longer. So it was just kind of routine thing. So yeah, I haven't been to the doctor in years, but I do have that visiting nurse. And when she comes back again, I'll have her start taking measurements.
All right. Absolutely. Relative, $5. Build, prepare. Romance is coming too, if you want it, of course.
Oh, we won't talk about that. That's another thing that I've given up on, but now that I got a different perspective, we'll see. Who knows?
Shlomi Gaman, $5. No one is perfect. I'm on and off alcohol addiction and fall off, but I don't kick myself. I start over. Hiccups can happen. Let's hope not, though. Thank you for that. Nura Jimenez. Hey, Kerry, got my t-shirt. Carnivores don't get sunburn. Awesome. Hey, Bill, keep it up. Your success is also ours. Thanks for what you do.
Oh, thank you. And back to the alcohol thing, the previous lady, yeah, I feel your struggle. I was a chronic alcoholic. I was a deep alcoholic for, how do you pronounce that first word?
Schlamly? I'm not sure. Schlamly.
It looks like it'd be pronounced beautiful. If I apologize that I can't pronounce that the way it should. But yeah, I was an alcoholic for, like I said, but I started drinking heavily back when I made music. It kind of just went hand in hand with it. But I beat it. It wasn't easy, but I beat it. It was just one of those one day at a time. And that was last drink I had was many, many years ago, 7, 8 years ago. So it was tough, but I did it, and you can do it too. It's just one day at a time, and it'll get easier and easier.
Yeah, I love that.
You gotta pray. You got to ask the big guy upstairs for help, because that's where the ultimate help lies. Especially the greater your trouble, you really need him. So you pray, and I'll pray for you, and I know you can do it.
Awesome. Todd Bachnis, $10. Todd Bachnis, Hey, Bill, I'm so pumped for you. I was 715 pounds, stuck in my chair for
Feel
2.5 years. I'm down to 490 now and fully mobile again. This is the beginning of your breakthrough. This is the beginning of your breakthrough.
See, now that's inspirational for me, Todd. That's awesome. You know, most people are like, whoa, 590 pounds, that's huge. I can't wait to get down to 590 pounds. I'm going to be doing cartwheels.
Yeah. Actually, he said 490. 490.
Oh, yeah, 490. Yeah, sorry
Yep.
about that. Darn iPad words are so small. That's Todd. That's great. Thank you for that. I needed that. Thank you.
Nakenji Sultan, $10 super sticker. Thank you. Rachel Gard, you should have a list on your website of carnivores on YouTube with the channel. Hey, so our good friend, the Carnivore Transformer, actually took his time and put all of these together and just sent them to me yesterday or the day before. So we will be getting that up. It's a great suggestion. And for the 24-hour live stream, we'll have that as well. If you want to participate in that, we're going to shout out your channel. The only thing we ask is if you're coming on the 24-hour live stream, if you could shout out the 24-hour live stream before, tell people, hey, I'm going to be on here at this time or roughly whatever. So great idea. Nancy MC, $20. Thank you so much. I strongly encourage homeschooling. This granny, this granny is in her 4th year educating our grand girl. It's the best. Wish I could donate $2,500. Laugh out loud. Well, thank you so much for the $20 donation and the encouragement. I think I'm on board now too. I just want to make sure we have a good plan for Emma and she doesn't
for Emma. Behind. I told you, Emma.
My only hesitation is during COVID, we were kind of homeschooling and it was just like, oh, we got it all done in like 20 minutes. I'm like, there's no way. But they were able to slip by doing that. And it was like, you got to stay on top of it. But one-on-one with Emma. Yeah. One-on-one with Emma, I think I could do it.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, if she's going to do it, you got to make sure to do it right. Right. But yeah, I definitely believe that's the best thing too, especially nowadays with the schools and what they're teaching. So yeah, I'm excited for her. Hello, Kerry and Bill. Hey, Scott. What's up?
Carnivore Scott.
What's up, buddy?
$10. Thank you so much. Tom, $5. Is Bill going to get one of those $1,000 scales?
I was looking at those, and the closest ones that I could find that would be reliable, because there's so many negative reviews on a lot of those cheaper scales that claim they go to 1,000 pounds. Because I want to be able to see like a pound difference. I don't want to be a huge variation. But the really reliable ones are, this is embarrassing, but were veterinary scales. And they're ultra reliable, ultra accurate, which is what I wanted. But they're expensive. Like you said, 1,000. The one I was looking at was like $700, and that's just so much money. I was like, well, even though I could afford to get one now, that's so much money. I think I'll just rather do the measurements and save that money for a greater purpose, because in a year, I won't need that scale. I'll be able to weigh myself on a regular scale. So I don't want to spend that much money when it's going to be obsolete, in just 10 months, 11 months, however. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I can. But I think I'll just go with the measurements for now and report, the measurements.
Right. Plus, the tricky thing is you're 3 weeks heading on a month. You've probably, I'm sure, have lost a significant amount already. So
I feel it. Like I said, it's probably mostly water weight, but I lost a lot of water weight because I retain water so much. But even my stepmother, when she comes over, she was like, actually, was it last night? She always comes up and squeezes my ankles because I usually have edema real bad. My ankles all puffed up. My feet look like footballs. I used to call my feet my footballs because they look like a big puffed up football. There would be so much water. But now, I would turn the camera, but they look like normal feet. I can't stop looking at my feet. It's so funny. Like every 10 minutes, I'll look down at my feet and just kind of wiggle my foot around like, wow, that looks like a normal guy's foot. I'm not used to seeing that.
That is so amazing and encouraging. Because just imagine if you didn't do this and you kept on that path, like blood clots, all sorts of issues that could happen as a result of that.
Especially with my heart, I worry about blood clots and stroke all the time. That's why like a month ago, I just like, wow, my body's telling me a blood clot or a stroke or a heart attack. I know in my heart I was that close. That's why I was pleading to God, please help me. And look what happened.
Oh, I read that one already. Here we go. John North. Oh, $40. Thank you so much. Again, every penny's going towards the documentary. I'm about to start myself. Do it. You can do it.
John.
You got it. One day, just like Right.
Will not regret. You stick with it, and you'll feel just in a week. You'll start like, wow, whatever ailments you have, if you stick to it truthfully, you'll start feeling improvements just within days.
Mm-hmm.
At least I did.
Me too. And what Bill said earlier is great advice. One day at a time. You can do anything for 1 hour, one day. Just take it one day at a time. Who's Your Carnivore? Love the name. I love your comments. You're always leaving great comments. $15. Thank you so much. I started a carnivore channel only just a week ago, and it's doing good. So, yes, you can do it too. The more channels we put out there, the more our message gets through to people who need it. Yeah, everyone go check out Who's Your Carnivore on YouTube. We need more YouTube voices, channels. Elevate them. Who's Your Carnivore? You got to come on too. We'll shout you out on the 24-hour live stream for sure. Carnivore Scott said, Bill, pick up a ukulele. Thank you. A little lighter.
Ukuleles. I should get one. I enjoy playing them. They're fun.
Hey, if you just did a little riff for like the intro of your YouTube video, that'd be really cool.
I thought about that. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I was like, man, I wonder if I should do a little 20-second little finger picking thing and have Kerry put that as the intro to my videos, you know.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that.
You know, one other cool thing too, well, as you get further and further, but a lot of people don't do this, but showing kind of your before and after. So as you progress more, having that before picture and then the after one. So yes. We got some good stuff there from when we started. So Barra, Barra, became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for that too. If you become a YouTube member, it's a couple dollars a month. We give you insider things. I just posted a whole bunch of pictures behind the scenes from Emma and I, our trip to Alaska. And we'll usually answer the comments quicker, but every penny from becoming a YouTube member goes to Carnivore Diet documentary. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I have a channel too. Go check out Rachel Gard, also Gard on YouTube. She's got a channel also. Thank you, Rachel. Cindy, $25 super sticker. Thank you so much. And then Carnivore Meals. You got this, Bill. Can you give my channel a shout out, Kerry? Started in June, only 3 cooking videos so far. I'm still learning all the technology. Carnivore since May 1st. Absolutely. Yeah. Carnivore Meals. Everyone's got to go check out Carnivore Meals on YouTube. And same thing, Carnivore Meals 24-hour live stream. Would love to have you there. I'm trying to find your channel now. I'm having trouble. I typed in Carnivore Meals, but we will shout you out on the live stream for sure. So those were the super chats. Let's see real quick. Should we take a look real quick at Rod's thing? Let's see how many subscribers we got him. This is always kind of a fun thing. I don't know if people get annoyed with me doing this, please tell me, because I did this last time, but I have a lot of fun with this. So we were talking about 761. So I haven't hit refresh yet. I've left it open in the background. I'm going to hit refresh right now. Rod was at 761. We want to get him to 1,000. Refresh. 860. We got 100 more.
Creeping up there. Creeping up.
140 more. There's 869 people here right now. Just 140 more, and we can get them there. 140. That would be amazing.
No, how many people is here right now?
Oh, 870. And everyone, go to Bill's channel too. NOTT, Bill Knott. I got it in the description below. Like, subscribe, like. That's pretty cool. 860.
Yeah, appreciate those likes. I never thought I'd be one of those YouTubers like, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. But now, now I understand why.
Well, I think a lot of people watching your videos probably intend to, but like myself, you just watch it and you go on. So that little reminder helps some people sometimes. But all right. So, wow, this has been great, Bill. We're at 8:40. I got maybe 15, 20 minutes left. If that works for you.
Yeah, I bet they need you upstairs.
Yeah, Lily's alone up there. So I'm going to check through here and see if we got any more questions. It looks like we got a couple more super chats coming through too. Carnivore Scott, $5. Thank you. Mary, you are both so inspiring. Awesome.
Thank you, Mary.
And check out Scott's channel, Carnivore Scott. Carnivore Scott, check him out. He's awesome. I think he was on the live stream with us earlier, and welcome back on the 24-hour live stream for sure.
Yeah, give Scott some love and support, 100%.
Hey, and there's Rod himself.
Rod.
Stay strong, live long. 839. Rob, hopefully you just saw that. We got you 100 more subscribers. You're at 860. Before the end of this, everyone's going to go to Rod's channel. Stay strong, live long, subscribe. We'll get you to 1,000. 1,000 is like the pinnacle, everyone that doesn't know YouTube. You get 1,000 subscribers. That's like the biggest goal. It could take people months to get there. So.
Yeah, everybody please go to Rod's channel. I tell you what, him and I have FaceTime each other back and forth a lot just in the last week. he's helped me so much. And he's like you, Kerry. He's just a selfless, loving, caring, kind guy. And he is really, I couldn't have been where I am as far as the YouTube monetization and the affiliates, getting all the info, the preliminary info with them. I couldn't have done it all without Rod. So he's great. He's helped me tremendously. Thank you, Rod.
Thank you, Rod. You're awesome. And then helping the sightless carnivore couple too. I'm having them on the channel later in the week.
Yes.
I got it. Carnivore Kip. I got to shout out Carnivore Kip. He's one of my favorites too. Bill, I don't know if you watch Carnivore Kip.
Oh, he's great. He said hi to me the other day. I said hi back. I watch all of Kip's videos. He is awesome. I told him, I said, yeah, I'm going to be doing like he's doing. And next summer or next spring, I'll be videoing myself walking down the trail, eventually jogging, just like Kip does. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Kip's awesome. I love his channel. Very entertaining. Carnivore Kip said, oh, and Carnivore Kip, you have to be on too. You will definitely be seeing an invite. Last time he couldn't make it because he was working, but you're not working 24 hours, sir. We're doing this one 24 hours. So any hour of the day you can come on. September 16th, 9/16. We're about to advertise it. We haven't really advertised it yet. I was in Alaska putting the details together, but yeah, I would love to have you on there, Kip, for sure. Carnivore Kip and I, Bill, did a live stream together, a barbecue cook-off, not barbecue, a smoke-off.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then I keep giving Kip a hard time because afterwards he did another video. He went out to eat at a Brazilian steakhouse, and the people recognized him from our video together, and they bought him lunch. So I'm like, you owe me lunch now, Kip. I'm coming down there. I want my Brazilian steakhouse lunch.
Yes.
All right, let's see if there's any other questions here on the side. So, Bill, when I left, it just started pouring rain out, you were saying?
Oh, remember I told you how crazy that was?
Yeah.
A week before you said you were coming up, it was blue sky and just the best weather for a long stretch of time. And then you gave me a date of when you were coming up, and I checked the forecast, which is usually fairly accurate, and it was just like rain, thunderstorm, rain, thunderstorm, rain. Like, oh my gosh. He's going to be coming up here. And Alaska is beautiful when it's raining, but it's not quite the same as when it's, obviously when it's beautiful and sunshine. And so, yeah, it was solid rain for your duration, or that's what it said. So, man, I was just praying, like, please just let it just be 2 days of sunshine while they're here. And lo and behold, you just had incredible weather. And then, remember I sent you that video? Like a little 20-second, like, Gary, look what happened. And the very day you and Emma were driving to the airport, pouring down rain. I mean, like level 9 rain. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm so thankful. I was worried about the weather too because we wanted to shoot so much outside. It couldn't have been more perfect. A little bit of rain here or there, but yeah, your brother Jared was like, yeah, sometimes in Alaska it says rain, but you get a little drop here or there, and that's what happened. And then all of a sudden the sun would come out. And it was beautiful. So. Let's see here. We got a couple more. Copper's Kitchen. You should pop in at Stay Strong, Live Long to say hi. Yes. Go say hi, Rod. We'll check one more time. Carnivore Kip asked Kerry and Bill, what did you all eat today?
I had another one of mine, and I haven't had it in 4 or 5 days. I had another bacon wrap hamburger. I have been eating the last several days. I've been eating pot roast, the chuck roast. Cooked in my new Ninja air fryer, but today I had bacon wrapped hamburgers again.
Nice. I had to go. So for the shooting with Bill, I rented a lens from a company, which was actually really cool, but it was about an hour from my house. I had to return that today, and I stopped at this steak place, and I had a T-bone. I had a T-bone. Nice. And then I was still hungry. I'm eating more now than I was before. That used to just do it for me. I had a T-bone and a burger. So back on the Lion. But yeah, the whole time I was down by Bill, I ruined the Lion diet. I think I mentioned that earlier.
You did. And you know what, Kerry? I've been saying to myself, when my beef comes in, that side of beef, I'm going to go 100% Lion, just beef and water. And so my beef came in today. So starting tomorrow, no more bacon, no nothing. It's just going to be 100% beef and water for a while.
I love to hear that.
I got to lose as much as I can, as quick as I can for when you come back up.
Yes. I love to hear that. That's so exciting. Right. The only tricky part is make sure you get enough fat, but you'll be fine.
I can eat fat all day long.
Dr. Chafee was telling me, it's so true. He's like, you have to do this. You get an order of fat from the butcher or wherever, slice it up, put that in the air fryer, put some salt on it. It's so good. It's exactly what your body needs. And
yes.
that's
Well, when I ordered that beef and the guy had me do a questionnaire of how I wanted the cuts processed, I specifically told him, don't trim the fat as much as you normally do. Leave a good, and I told him, I said, I'm starting the carnivore diet. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I need as much fat in those steaks as I can. So they're going to be extra fatty.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's the biggest struggle that most people have online, myself included. I struggled with that the first week or two. I just wasn't getting enough because before I'd do it with butter or bacon or whatever, eggs. So, but yeah, I'm so happy you're doing that. The weight comes off so much quicker. It did for me and a lot of other people. And it's not that hard. People are like, oh, that's so insane. If you're doing carnivore and only eating meat and you gave up all that other stuff, it's not that hard to just go from that to just eating delicious steaks all the time. It's not that hard at all. Once you get in the flow, you're never hungry either. Nourishment Redacted. You two are some of my biggest inspirations. I used to be 240 pounds, now in the 170s. I can't wait until our interview. I have so much to share. Yes, Nourishment Redacted. I think we're having her on the channel as well.
Nice.
Someone's asking, Bill, how is your blood pressure?
Oh boy, I don't really know. That's the thing, that when my visiting nurse comes out, she always does a blood pressure. So I have a blood pressure cuff that the hospital gave me years ago. I don't ever use it, so I can't really say until my nurse comes out again.
It'll be interesting.
I'm feeling better than I have in a long time, so I bet it's a lot better than what it normally is. But when my nurse comes out again, I will, in my next video following that, I'll give all the information about that stuff.
That'll be cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it is now versus before. I bet you got some good improvements there. Yeah. Carnivore Scott said, I think Bill's bacon burger should be served at every meetup. Yeah. And another thing, I don't have time to do it, but we got to do a carnivore cookbook, and that'll be the first page is Bill's bacon burgers. Yeah. I was thinking I could put it together myself and just reach out to people and then maybe do that, sell it in the carnivore, the 24-hour live stream or something like that. But we'll have to see. One Hope for All, $5. My daughter was homeschooled. We use a couple different homeschool curriculums from Catholic homeschool academies. Emma can decide what she wants. Yeah, love it. Thank you. And then we got one more here. Diane Max, $5. I started the same time as Bill. All pain is gone, but weight is not moving much, but I won't give up. Awesome.
Don't give up. Everyone's physiology is a little bit different. You keep at it and the weight will come off. The weight will come off.
If you're still doing cheese, maybe try to cut the cheese. Drop the cheese. That's a big one that stalls.
I heard a lot of people saying that too. It's easy to overdo it on dairy. They think, well, I'm on the carnivore diet. I can eat all the dairy I want. And from what I'm seeing, like a lot of people, their weight loss doesn't quite happen quick enough when they eat a lot of dairy.
Right.
I'm going to have none. I'm going full on lion, at least for quite a while.
Yep. Awesome. Well, hey, we got to the bottom of those.
Oh, did we? Nice.
Yes. Man, this has been great, Bill. Are you still nervous or are we good?
No, I could go for another 5 hours. I got so much carnivore energy.
Save it for the 24-hour live stream. Well, all joking aside, you're welcome to stay for as little or as long as you want or pop in and out on the 24-hour live stream. That'll be a lot of fun, but that's on September 16th.
I'm so looking forward to that. That's going to be epic.
Yep. Is that Daisy behind you?
No, that's Missy.
Oh, the other one.
That's a stray that showed up here about 3 years ago and just decided to stay. So she's our full-time outside cat, though. We got a little shelf out there that she's on right now, and I give her food and I feed her regularly.
That was another thing I got on the video. Daisy is living the life. Daisy has a whole setup. Daisy has its own private door to come in and out. Got a little track around the top of the house and ramps outside, a little area outside. It was really cool. Yeah, Emma fell in love with Daisy for sure.
My whole life is serving him, make sure he has the best life that I could possibly. My whole philosophy for the last few years is like, well, if I can't have a good life, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure he has the best life I can give him. But now we're both going to have a wonderful life. So I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got to wrap this up. I got to get upstairs. I got two more real quick that just came through. Absolutely relative. Bill, do you have a fitness tracker? It really helps to know your calories spent and steps made. Active arm motion counts for steps 2.
No, I don't. But that's something I should probably look into getting. It would any information on tracking stuff like that would probably be real helpful and inspiring too.
Yeah, and that's a really cool Amazon influencer thing. Someone will probably send you one of those, and you could do some videos.
Yeah. Well, the more active I become, and the more I'm getting up and walking around, then the fitness tracker will probably really come into play. That's
right. All right, we got one last one. Glenda Trudell, $20 super chat. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Glenda.
Awesome. Hey, Bill, this has been a lot of fun. We gotta everyone go check out Bill's channel. Shout out Bill. Let's just take one last quick final peek at Rod's channel. Stay strong, live long. So
everyone go to Rod's channel, please. Such a good guy.
He was at 860. I'm gonna press refresh right now. Hopefully it went up a little bit more. 934. Oh, it's so close. 66.
70 more.
Oh yeah, at least. Hey, everyone, we got to drop off here, but when you leave here, you have nothing to do. There's 823 people here. Go to Stay Strong, Live Long, subscribe, get him over 1,000. He's a great guy. He's going to be on the Carnivore live stream, so it'll get there. I'm confident you guys will pull through for him. So
I'm so happy for him. That's great.
So, Bill, what do you got going on? You're going to have the meet coming, which is exciting. You're going to have a video up for that soon?
Yes, I'm going to film that probably tomorrow. We got a big freezer set up outside my window, right outside my door. They're going to put the meat in there for today and tonight, and then we're going to finish getting it ready in here, and they're going to put up a big temporary table, like a piece of plywood on a few horses kind of thing. And then tomorrow I'm going to spread all that meat out, and Sam was going to film me going through it all, and I'm so excited. It's going to be great. And so I'll put that in my next video for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. And I got some new exercise bands in the mail, and so I'll be doing a new workout routine, and I'll put that in the next video too. And so every day it's just something new and wonderful. So I doing the whole pinch myself thing every day.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad to know you. I'm so happy for you. I'm happy you said the resistance bands too, because those are what I started using when I started exercising again, and they're wonderful. It's not like the weight where you can injure yourself. Just do a little bit. If you get tired, you can just leave it.
Yeah, I got the ones, 20 pound, 30 pound, all the way up to 50 pound, I think. So I'm excited because I can do those not only from my bench, but right from bed. I'll just sit here and watch my YouTube videos and work out all day. It's going to be great.
That's wonderful. All right. Everyone's got to check out Bill's channel, Bill Knott, N-O-T-T. Like, subscribe, Thank you so much for coming on with me, Bill, and for having me out there.
You guys, thank you for your support. I say it all the time, but I don't have words for it. It just means so much, and I truly thank you, and I wish everyone all the best. Kerry, I love you, brother. You are my brother for life. Your family is my family for life. And Emma, you're getting homeschooled. Thanks to me. No.
Yeah. A big part. Yeah, a big part. It's going to happen.
But I'm so happy for everything. It's amazing. Thank you for inviting me to this live stream. I was a little scared at first, but this has turned out great. I couldn't be happier.
Well, thank you. I love you like a brother too, and I'm here for you if you need anything. And now, when you're ready, you can do a live stream on your own channel. You can have Rod on. I'll go on there if you need me on there. Anyone, but
yeah, well, I'll probably going on. Rod wanted to know if I'll do a live stream on his channel. I says, heck yeah. So I'll probably be popping over on his in the next few days.
Awesome. Yeah.
But I'm on my mind. They'll be coming up. I just got so much stuff going on. It's like I gotta take things just little steps at a time, but I'll get there.
Yep. And every new video you're doing on YouTube has just been wonderful. So yeah, everyone go check out Bill. This has been great. I'm gonna close her down now. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
So much.
Thanks, everybody. I love you. Love you, Kerry. Talk to you later, brother.
Love you too. Bye.